Yes, people! Welcome back to another stream. We've got a mixed news stream tonight, isn't it, bro? It's a bit of a standard news show where we can just talk about different things that have been going on. Obviously, City won yesterday or the weekend, which is really good. And it was big things happening with Kevin De Bruyne coming back and that. The Belgian link-up, and obviously Phil Foden smashing it as well. So we'll talk through all these things in this show. And then later on at 10 to 8, we have a FA Cup draw stream. Just before the United match is on, United versus Wigan tonight. If you are just tuning in, then please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new, and yeah, big up to the people. Yes, Hugh, how you doing?
I'm good, man. I'm good. I'm feeling good. I really enjoyed yesterday's game. Plenty to talk about, you know what I mean? Even though it was only against Huddersfield, which is what I was being told on Twitter by rival fans, I was still gassed with what I saw. Do you know what I mean? You can only beat what's in front of you, and you can only take the positives that you wish to take away. I'm not willing to look at it and say it's only Huddersfield, because there's quite a few talking points that us as fans we can engage with and be excited about. So, yeah, man, I'm good. I'm feeling great. That's 3 wins in a row now. 3 wins in a row domestically. How about that?
Ooh, that's mad. And one thing that we always speak about is like getting like the 4 wins in a row and getting on a run. And that's something that you've been quite adamant about as well, is this period of fixtures. I know there's only 3 games in January or whatever it is, but going into like February and that, getting that winning run mentality in there and the consistency going, makes us kind of like an unstoppable force when you get in that kind of situation. But like I say, yesterday you can only beat what's in front of you, and I thought it was very positive what we've seen yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, like, look, I think it's easy to take your foot off the gas in these kind of periods where you're playing against teams that you kind of expect to beat. Now, I've said it a lot, with the exception of this Saturday, St. James's Park, because that's a notoriously difficult place to go. But you know what I mean? Like, to put good performances together and to be ruthless in those games and, you know, fight for clean sheets and fight for more goals is what you want to do, because you want to make statements. You don't want to be just scraping past teams or narrowly beating teams that you really should be if you're good enough, going out and thumping them. So to win 5-0 yesterday, bro, I was more than happy with that. And as who's in the chat says there, someone said back-to-back clean sheets. Where is it gone? Someone said back. Yeah.
Balotelli there. Yeah.
Back-to-back clean sheets, bro. That's what we want to see. That's what we want to see, man. We want to see the performances, because look, winning 5-0 against Huddersfield in isolation, no one is surprised. No one particularly cares.
Yeah, no biggie.
Outside the Manchester City fan base. But winning 5-0 against Huddersfield, then say you go to St. James's Park and win 2 or 3-0, or you win via good performance. Then you go on to the next game and win via good performance. All of a sudden, they're accumulating, and there's a serious momentum building up in the Manchester City changing room. And that's what we want. That's what we need. And that's what we, me and you, and all of you in the chat as Manchester City fans, for if you're around for a few years now, you'll know that we thrive and grow and win off momentum. We get into a level of momentum that nobody else can get into. So this Huddersfield game, like I said, in isolation, feel free to not care all you want, but does it add to our momentum growth? Absolutely. Absolutely. Because we hopefully will get to March and April when it really starts to matter and we're really into the thick of it with momentum and feeling good and saying, yeah, all those wins, all those good performances built us up to this. So, yeah, I mean, as Fraser says, we'll get into it. KDB is fresh. There's a lot of good things to talk about with yesterday. Where do you want to start with yesterday? We've got Foden, we got De Bruyne, we got Doku. Should we start with De Bruyne? 'Cause he's the big one.
I mean, we can start with bro, but first, Mohammed with a £2 super chat. Yes, it's Mohammed, bro. He says Foden could win Player of the Season with his form if City with the Premier League. Foden has been smashed up for City recently, and we'll definitely get into him in a minute. So big up Mohammed with a super chat. I think De Bruyne is the only way to start, bro. Like, was you surprised with how much time he got on the pitch? Because I think you put in the chat yesterday in the watch along saying like. Because the Huddersfield were quite aggressive yesterday in their tackles and that. I thought he'd get about 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes, something like that. But he got a full half of football.
I was a bit surprised because the way the game was going, Huddersfield clearly accepted they were being knocked out, with all due respect, and decided, right, let's just set out to hurt some players. Let's just be dickheads for the afternoon. Their fans did it as well on the tram after the game. Don't know if you see that video. But the players on the pitch decided we are going to try and punish some City players physically. So it felt to me a bit, at the time anyway, I know it's worked out fine because he didn't get hurt. It felt a bit like, oh, maybe don't throw Kev into that environment because he is a bit brittle right now. And the worst thing possible would be Kevin De Bruyne comes on, someone clatters him, his ankle goes, and we're going, oh, dearie me, this is...
Why did we play against Huddersfield? We didn't need to do that. Like, especially when we were, 2-0 up, 3-0 up, whatever it was.
Exactly.
There's no need to do that. Like,
but if you actually watch the way Kevin De Bruyne played, he was clearly instructed and he was clearly smart enough himself to not really get involved in any 50-50s, not engage in any heavy sprinting, really. He was told to go out there, essentially, and just get used to playing on the pitch again, because it's his first time he's kicked the ball in competitively in, since he played against Burnley, so since August. So he was, my guess is, by watching the way he moved around the pitch was, look, any 50-50s that come your way, like big, heavy-looking challenges, pull out, brother. You don't need to be involved. Any heavy sprints where you're going full tilt and you're using all your hamstring power and all your ankle and knee power, swerve that. Yeah. Just glide around the pitch, get a touch on the ball or two, get a few passes going together. He made one or two really good accelerations in the far corner, if that makes sense, in the far side of the pitch where you go, wow, he just left a player for dead there. He's still clearly got that pace in him. He hasn't lost that pace. But yeah, no, look, listen, to see Kevin De Bruyne come back is absolutely huge for me, for you as fans, for all of you lot, and then for the players, because it looked, even though we were winning whatever it was, 3-4-0 at the time, 2-3-0, the players all of a sudden started to play even better with Kevin De Bruyne on the pitch. They were like, rah, new lease of life here. This guy's come on that we love and we know can make things happen. And he did make things happen. 20 minutes is all it took him after 5-6 months out to pick up a G and A, or an A, if you like. Bro, Kevin De Bruyne, he's the guy, man. He's the guy. Did you hear the noise as well? You know, our boy Joe B Moons, he was at the game. And I think it might have been him or someone else was saying to me that when Kevin De Bruyne came on, it was like goosebumps, bro. Everybody was like,
yeah, well, we seen when he came out as a touchline at Sheffield, the noise then, the reaction then, just of him warming up, he didn't even get game time, was like we scored a goal, and then to see him come on the pitch and just have that half an hour, it felt like a moment, like a season-defining moment was him coming on that, like against Huddersfield, like to see him back, and also he looked fresh, man.
Yeah,
like I've been concerned this whole time, like when he comes back, how he's going to look, if he's going to be sluggish or anything. I know it's too early to really tell. I know Huddersfield, you have to I know it's only Huddersfield kind of thing, but he looked fresh to me. He looked good, man, and that's really positive signs. Really positive signs from what I was expecting to see. I was expecting 20 minutes, him to just get a run out and not really make an impact and just be like a chill entrance back into footballing world for Kev. Instead, the guy comes on, he gets an assist. He looked like he was trying to make things happen all the time. It was sick, man. It was sick to see Kev back. And there's something different that he brings. I don't know if it's aura, mate. Do you like think that Van Dyke aura? It's like that. He
Bro,
brings that energy.
Bro, everyone knows. This is when he stepped onto the pitch. This is one of the greatest football players of all time. He's definitely our club's greatest football player of all time. Like he has to be at this point, and he's up there with one of the greatest football players of all time. Now he's not obviously in the Messi and Ronaldo kind of Maradona sort of bracket, but listen, below that bracket, Kevin De Bruyne can talk to any of those people, any Zidanes, any of those kind of guys. Kevin De Bruyne can sit at the same table as them, no problem, and hold his own. So when he stepped onto the pitch yesterday, it was kind of like, rah, this ain't the return of no, good footballer. This is the return of an absolute beast who he could go on to be the season defining factor. Like, the way whenever we win the league or win the Champions League last year and we reflect on the season, we always say, what was the turning point? Last year, it was when the Chargers arrived. We got the 115 Chargers and Pep Guardiola made the big, I'm not fucking leaving. The year before that, I forget what the year before that was, but then the year before that, it was Gundogan went on and scored a load of random goals or a load of goals in the middle of the season, and that was a turning point. Gundogan taking the reins.
When Kev got injured, wasn't it?
Is when Kev got injured. I think if we are to win one of or both of the two major trophies this season, we will look. Yeah, Fernandinho's talk, broccoli. That's the one. If we are to win one or both of the major trophies this season, we will look back on Kevin De Bruyne's return and say, yeah, that was the moment where we kicked on. That was the moment where we knew we were going to win this league. The way players always say, at that point we knew we were going to win the league. Like when Jack Grealish said last season, yeah, that period between March, April, and May, we felt invincible, particularly playing at home. We didn't think anybody was going to come and beat us. Kevin De Bruyne's return, I believe, will be the one where everyone goes, yeah, that's when we knew. That's when we knew. All we need is Kevin De Bruyne to have a big, big league performance, whether it's against Newcastle on the weekend off the bench or whoever comes after that. Say Kevin De Bruyne to get a mad assist for Haaland or someone, or Kevin De Bruyne to score an absolute thunder bastard. That's when we're all going to go, yeah, this is our league. This is our league. We're going to win this.
Well, speaking of this, Pep did come out after the match and say that Kev isn't ready for 90 minutes, which is probably right. Do you know what I mean? It's probably too soon to just throw him in for a full match. He did look fresh, but obviously I think Pep's just cooling it down a little bit. Obviously, we have Newcastle this weekend, 5:30 kick-off on Saturday, and Newcastle away. I'd imagine we'd see Kev get more minutes there. And then we've got Burnley at home on the 31st January. That's our only two fixtures left in Feb. So, do you think Burnley could get a full 90 minutes in? I mean, to be fair, that's giving me like PTSD because he got injured in the first game against Burnley, and then giving him a full 90 minutes there. That's pure like jinx vibes. That
it's tough. I think he will play against Newcastle for sure. I don't know whether he could start and play maybe an hour, or he could come on for the last half an hour. I think either or. It entirely depends on the game. I mean, I think it's going to be a really tough game on Saturday in St. James's Park. I really do. I think it's going to be mad hard. I mean, last time we went there in the league, it was the 3-3, wasn't it? Early last season. So what do you want? Do you want to throw a not match sharp Kevin De Bruyne into the beginning of that environment? Or do you want to see how the game goes, then bring him on for the last 25, 30 minutes? I think he'll feature. I think he could play a full 90 against Burnley, because when you think of it at that point, he'll have had a good month and a half of full training under his belt, and he'll have had minutes against Huddersfield and minutes against Newcastle. So he probably could. And they're going to Abu Dhabi now in a few weeks, the lucky bastards, to do a bit of warm weather training. So yeah, look, I actually don't really care what way he does it for Saturday, whether he starts or whether he comes on as a sub. The fact of the matter is, I think it's all falling into place for us nicely. Pending he doesn't get any more injuries, or he doesn't come on against Newcastle and get a knock. Pending his fitness just gradually comes back and he gets sharp for the business end. It's all falling into place for us nicely. Now all we need is that final piece of the jigsaw. Who was that final piece of the jigsaw, bro?
Jamie Doku.
Yeah, man. Erling Haaland.
Oh yeah. I know. Yeah, Erling Haaland is the only piece that's left to come back.
The last infinity stone for winning this league is Erling
like this.
Haaland.
Yeah, he's the one that we need back. I've seen Craig Party time saying that Madrid are going to be looking at trying to sign him in the summer, but City won't even entertain selling
Haaland.
Erling Haaland. Yeah, Haaland. Is it one even saying that's Erling Haaland leaving this football club? Um, Erling Haaland is the only player that is left. It's mad to think that we don't have him right now and where we are in this league. Like, I know, obviously, we can all be excited about the performance against Huddersfield and that, and it's very important to the expectations to stay capped because obviously it's Huddersfield, but we did play very well. But having Erling Haaland and Kevin De Bruyne in that same team is next level. You've got two of the best players in world football on a pitch together. One's good at assisting and one's good at shooting. Yep. Mate, it can only equal good things, and they'll both be gassed for it. Like, I think it's both of them. We have to manage the minutes very, very well. We know obviously Erling Haaland's a bit finicky with his injuries, and Kevin De Bruyne obviously only coming back from a serious one. But if we can keep them two fit till the end of the season, bro, we walk this league. Bro, we finish this league clear. If we can keep Kevin De Bruyne and Erling Haaland fit, I don't care who's in front of us, bro.
I mean, look, how many games has Erling Haaland missed in the league now? 3, 4, 5 in the last month and a half?
Yeah, it feels like a lifetime, though, don't you think?
He's definitely missed somewhere between 3 and 5. It could be 5, it could be 3, or it could be 4. But he's definitely missed a few in the last month and a half. Who's the top scorer in the league, bro? Joint, granted, with Mo Salah. But who's the top scorer? Erling Haaland. And he's missed a month and a half of Premier League action. The guy.
This is a guy who's having a bad season, by the way. Apparently, having a bad season, top goal scorer.
And he got himself the top goal scorer in a bad season with no Kevin De Bruyne. So what happens when he clicks into gear and finds his feet again, gets out of first gear, Haaland, and has a fully fit Kevin De Bruyne behind him? Phil Foden and a Bernardo, a Doku. You know what I mean? We're gonna see Haaland linking up with Doku and De Bruyne. We're gonna see Grealish linking up with Haaland and De Bruyne and Foden. We're gonna see all these combinations that Pep hasn't had at his disposal at all this season. He's been limited. Either Jack Grealish has been injured, so it has to be Doku, or Doku's been injured, so it has to be Grealish. Haaland's injured, has to be Alvarez or a false 9. De Bruyne is injured, you're messing around with the middle 3 every week. Mm-hmm. Get the whole complement, and bro, I feel more confident than ever. Like when you and Martin were saying things like, I think we're going to win this league by 5 to 8 points. I was like, oh, I don't know. If we can keep everybody fit and get them all match sharp, I believe it's well within the realms of possibility.
Yeah, I think having them two in there and everything, basically having everything available to this City team, that is, I mean, all your players and that, and find the right system with all these players, because obviously something that we've not done yet is figure out how to play all these players who are all in good form at the same time. Like, look at Phil Foden yesterday. This is something that, obviously, another thing in the title is Foden on fire, because he's been smashing it. Phil Foden yesterday, again, staked his claim for that midfield spot. And
I owe Phil Foden an apology. I actually owe Phil Foden an apology. Do you know that?
Well,
because
I'm same. I thought he was washed there. I thought, nah, not happening. I thought Phil Foden midfield is not a thing.
I didn't know about washed. For me, it was more maybe not ready. And this was earlier on the season. This was earlier on the season when you had Alvarez kind of smashing it in midfield as well. And I was like, Foden, I'm not sure. Nah, listen, I owe Phil Foden a massive apology. His last 6 games, he's on something like 4 goals and 3 assists. Like this, he's not a kid anymore. So I'm going to say this guy is just, he's generational. And I don't use that word very often. In terms of his footballing IQ and his footballing technical ability, Phil Foden is on another level. I don't want to hear Foden Saka debates. I don't want to hear Foden debates with next man's, decent young player. Phil Foden in midfield recently, the last 6-7 weeks, has absolutely smashed it. And not just smashed it in terms of being a great presence in midfield. He's making things happen. He scored a cracking goal against Everton. He scored 2 great goals yesterday. He's absolutely magnificent. And what's most exciting about Phil Foden finding form right now, and hopefully officially found his feet as a midfielder, is the return of Kevin De Bruyne. I believe it's very soon we're going to see both of those two chop it up in midfield together. And you can argue all day and all night about where does so-and-so play and what about this player, that player. I need to, and I want to see badly what a Rodri, De Bruyne, Foden midfield looks like. I think it's
Yeah.
going to be absolutely terrifying. I don't care about your Declan Rice and your Odegaards and your Havertz midfields. I don't want to hear your McAllisters. You get Rodri, De Bruyne, and Foden, all three of them playing fit and fresh. No one comes close to that midfield. No one in Europe comes close to that midfield. I mean that wholeheartedly. It would be disgusting.
If those three players can play well together, that is next level.
Everyone's done, bro. Everyone's done.
That is next level.
Everyone's
The
done.
o-
All you're missing at that point there is Johnny Stones. Johnny Stones, just to add that little cherry on top, that
yeah.
little extra presence in midfield. But everyone in Europe is done if Rodri, Foden, and De Bruyne click as a three and they get game time together for a few weeks. Like that March, April period that I keep talking about, if those three can click and become a real deal in that period, everyone's done for. I don't care. Bring on Anfield. Bring on Tottenham away. Bring on any dog in Europe you want. We'll beat them all. Haaland up front as well. Oh, bro.
It's like an embarrassment of riches, isn't it? We're having so much thrown at us right now, like, and to be where we are in the league as well is very, very good. Obviously, we're 5 points behind Liverpool with a game in hand as well, so that we can reduce that to 2. And then getting Kevin De Bruyne, like I said before, it is a game changer. It's a season changer to have him back. If he was out for the full season, then we're obviously feeling it. We are feeling it, right? We're feeling it for the first half of the season. But to have him back now, it feels like a key point. It feels major. And then Phil Foden smashing it in midfield. That feels like a major thing as well. Like all these things, like I say, Haaland coming back. When that happens and he gets his game time, that'll feel big as well. Like, because as much as I genuinely can't remember Haaland's last game, but it feels like a long time ago. It feels ages since Haaland played, and I think having all these things just fall into place, it's like the jigsaw, man. We were just missing 3 pieces, and then they're the 3 pieces. Like,
I think with Foden, I was possibly, I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I'm always happy to hold my hands up and admit when I was maybe wrong or unfair. I probably unfairly demanded too much of him during a period where there was no Kevin De Bruyne, and Phil Foden was brand new for him to be told you're the chief creator now in midfield. We know Alvarez was never a creator. He was effective for a long time in midfield, or for at least a period of midfield, but he was never going to be the chief creator. And then you throw Foden into midfield, it's like, right, you have to go and fill Kevin De Bruyne's boots right now. That was a lot to expect, at least off the bat. It was never going to be immediately Phil Foden comes in and my happy days. He does exactly what we're expecting. But through persisting with Phil Foden in midfield, now he's actually clicked faster than he probably should have when you look at it in the wider context. He has no right to be this good in midfield right now, having played his whole career in Manchester City as a false 9 or on either wing. So we're reaping the rewards of persisting with Phil Foden, and it all makes sense. Look, he's absolutely magnificent, Phil Foden. He really is absolutely magnificent, and I want him to nail down that midfield role, and I want Kevin De Bruyne to slot him beside him. So, look, more power to him, man. More power to him.
Phil Foden this season's played 30 games already, which is mad. 30 games. He's got 11 goals and 8 assists.
That's class. That
is sick, mate. That is sick. And like we always talk about like signing players and things like that, and we always look at the stats and stuff. And he's played. I've got where he played. Actually, he's played 13 times as a right winger and 9 times as an attacking midfielder. He's got the exact same return as a right winger as an attacking midfielder. He's played 13 games as right wing and got 5 goals, 3 assists. And he's played 9 games as an attacking midfielder and got 5 goals and 3 assists.
Yeah, no, he's just
this season feels like Phil Foden's changed to attacking midfield. Every other season, it's felt like Phil Foden will just be a winger. He will just continue to be a winger, and Pep doesn't trust him in midfield. This season now feels like Pep's gone. Yeah, you're finally ready to move to transition into a midfield, Phil. And it's and like you said before, the persistence in that, it's worked because he's now actually doing bits. Like the performances that he's had recently are unreal.
Yeah, they are. I'm just looking at the games that he's got our GRNA, and like they're all pretty big games, and he impacted them all heavily. I mean, 2 assists against Sheffield United last week, The goal against Everton, I mean, that game against Everton is quite significant because we had to win it. Everton at the time were form. They turned Goodison Park into a bit of a fortress. We had to come back from Saudi and make a statement, considering how poor we were before we went off to Saudi. That goal was fantastic. And then he got the assist against one of the assists against Crystal Palace, obviously drop points. Goal against Bournemouth, goal in Old Trafford, goal against Nottingham Forest, assist against Fulham, assist against Sheffield United, and assist against Newcastle. That's just the Premier League. And he's also got 3 goals in the Champions League and 2 goals or 2 assists in the Champions League. Like he's really asserting himself. And like I say, I hold my hands up. I was probably too quick to judge Phil Foden and maybe say he wasn't ready for it, but he's proven me wrong. And I always want to be proven wrong. Never doubted he was good enough, but I wasn't sure he was ready for it. He's definitely proven me wrong. He is ready for it.
The big wrong
is that the role of being chief creator and chief midfielder will be taken off him. Kevin De Bruyne will come back and be the main guy in midfield, the main creator, the main responsibility will fall on Kevin De Bruyne's shoulders. That should relieve Phil Foden of a lot of pressure and stress to just play his own game and continue to develop as well as he is in that role. So, yeah, man, Phil Foden, he's the guy right now. I'm so happy for him. I really am so happy for him.
Yeah, I'm gassed that he's getting these performances because he said himself, innit? He's kind of said, I think the other week, saying basically he wants to play midfield. That's one of the first times I actually heard him say that rather than winger. He's like,
I want to hear that, bro.
That's the energy in it. He's like, I want to be in this spot.
That's the Mr. Big Dick energy I want to hear from Phil Foden. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to. I get it when players are just trying to appeal to the manager and not kind of step on any toes. When he's younger, that's fair. Say, oh, I'll play wherever the manager wants me to play and I'll do my best. But I get that. I fully have no issue with that. But now, Phil Foden, yeah, you're 23, 24, whatever you are, but you're in the squad a long time. You've played with legends. You've played with Kompany, Silva, Aguero. You've played with Sterling, Sané. You've played with De Bruyne. You've played... You know what I'm saying? You're actually one of the more experienced players in the squad now. Time you showed some chest. And if you want to be a midfielder, we all believe you can be a midfielder. Say, I'm going to be a midfielder. That's what I want from Phil Foden.
Yes. Show us, innit?
Exactly.
Show us. Big up to Professional Idiot. Yes, says Pie, mate. Seeing you in the chat. It says Foden always had it in him. He just needed to find form and the game time to manifest his skill. Well, that's the thing. Like, I was skeptical on the basis that Pep seemed skeptical. And I trust Pep's judgment in it. And he was very much in and out of that midfield spot. We only really seen him run it against the lower teams or in cup competitions. But now we're starting to see it consistently. Look how good he's in. Like we're saying, he's had key performances consistently, which is mad. It's actually mad to see.
I think with Foden, it was earlier on the season when he wasn't as consistent in midfield, consistently impactful in midfield. It was yeah, we can see he has it in him, but he needs to assert himself and make that an every week thing. And for the last 2 months, it has been an every week thing. I mean, look at his stats against, it wasn't Huddersfield or Sheffield United. It was one of the last 3 games, Huddersfield, Sheffield United, or Everton. It was 91% passing accuracy. It was 3 or 4 big chances created, getting goals and assists himself. When you talk about running the show from midfield, Phil Foden has been doing that. And that's what we want to see from Phil Foden. I think you're spot on. Professionally. He just needed a bit of time to manifest his skill. And that's what he's doing, my bro. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, man. Big up Pie with a £5 super chat. Big up. Loyal Citizen. Yes, Loyal Citizens with a 2-month membership. Big up Loyal Citizens, mate. He says, hey guys, what do we think of Sergio Gomez at the moment? Brilliant yesterday, so I hope this is his break back into the team. In brackets, probably from the bench. I don't want to be the guy to dampen anything. I think he had a great game yesterday, Sergio Gomez. I thought he looked good, but does that mean I think that Sergio Gomez has got a future at City? No, I still think he's probably one that'll be out the door in summer.
He did have a good game yesterday, but I'd like to think he'd have a good game against Huddersfield at home. Look, no disrespect, like I said, you can only beat what's in front of you. I did enjoy some of his progressive ball carrying and his balls into the box, his cross into the box. They were very reminiscent of a former left back who no longer is involved with the club. You'll know who I'm talking about. Very powerful into that corridor and certainly left-footed crosses, which maybe if you had someone like a Haaland there, he might feast off them. But in terms of actually being a part of any important plans moving forward, it's hard to see him getting any time over Vardy or Ake, unfortunately for Sergio Gomez. So listen, credit to him for yesterday. Credit to him. And he'll probably be a great player wherever he does go, but I don't think it'll be here. Big up loyal citizens for the 2 months, by the way.
Yeah, I mean, I said in the watch on that, it was good to see him getting game time. It was like, because we don't see him too often, it was good to see him getting game time and good to see him having a good a good performance. But at the same time, that doesn't mean I think he's the solution. And I don't think that he'll be a player that stays longer than the summer. And I also think, I don't know if City utilise him in the right place. Like, Sergio Gomez for me is stuck in a weird like position in his career where nobody really knows what he is. Spain play him as a right winger, we play him as a left back. He's played in every position other than centre back and goalkeeper. I just think like everywhere he goes, they just kind of look at him and go, "We don't know what you are. Good, technically very good. We just don't know what you are."
He needs to go somewhere where he can nail down a position, and a role on the squad. Have we read out Fahad's super chat there, by the way, bro, or did we miss that?
No, not yet. Yes, there we go. Fahad, big up Fahad, mate, with the 17.99 says fixtures coming thick and fast. Says knowing we are finally having full house at this time of the season is awesome. Let's have good defense and game control. Game control is key, something that we didn't have in Chelsea, Spurs, games like that. Around that time, we was drawing games. And I always say this: we need to actually manage the game and play at our own tempo. And having a full house is very good. All these players coming back, like Kevin De Bruyne, like we were saying before. You know what I mean? Kevin De Bruyne, Jeremy Doku, Erling Haaland, all coming back. The only issue for us right now is Stone's injured. Akanji now getting injured. I'm not sure how serious Akanji injury is. I've not seen anything today to say the length of that. But key players coming back can make a season. Like, just as much as key players getting injured can break a season.
Yeah, no, I agree. But Fahad, as we've been saying, these fixtures coming thick and fast, the majority of them, 95% of them, are very, very favourable for Manchester City. So it's really important that we win them all. Because, look, we're not going to win every single game between now and the end of the season. But we can, and I believe should, win every game between now and the beginning of March, which will tee us up nicely for a good run-in, hopefully. So big up for the super chat. Smash the like button as well, people. Nearly 300 in the building. Do us a favor and hit that like button. It's free to do, and you massively help myself and Jody Porter here at City Extra Industries.
Yes. Ron Wolf. Yes, Ron Wolf, mate. Big up with the 28 months, mate. That is a long ass time. Big up Ron Wolf. He says, yes, lads, City are back, and I'm here for it. LFG. Big up Ron Wolf, mate. Yeah, man. I mean, like, everyone will tell you, like people telling you on Twitter, bro. Everyone will tell you it's just Huddersfield. But we looked good. As a team, we look good. And you're getting Kevin De Bruyne back in there, who looks good. Jeremy Doku coming on, get himself a goal, look good.
I was gassing it up on Twitter, bro. You know, I've got a lot of rival fans that follow me on Twitter from off the back of the Big Six, and that I was like, oh, Phil Foden's playing sick. I was like, Kevin De Bruyne is back with an assist on his return. And all these bitter rival fans like, oh, he's trying to gas up Huddersfield. Oh, it's only Huddersfield, bro. They're saying all this shit because they know it's significant. They know it's significant that City are getting all their pieces put together. Players are starting to play well when it's starting to matter. And they're going, oh, damn, this is deja vu. City are back. Listen, I'll say this for a fact here, right now. We beat Newcastle on Saturday with a good performance, a good convincing performance. City are back. We're not just back and we're looking decent. We are back. To go to win it, go and put in a big performance in St. James's Park and get a win, bro, that's a big statement. I don't care what form they're in right now. It's a hostile place to go. I'm going to be there. Any Newcastle fans want
any Geordies?
Any Geordies, man.
True Geordie's getting fucking lamped, mate.
Yeah. Chin True Geordie, no problem. You get the premise of what I'm saying, man. Big performance there, and we are back. I mean it. I'm gassed for it. I can't wait.
Yeah, man. It feels like a key fixture, that the Newcastle game. True Dogs, yes, True Dogs, mate, with a 5 says, does anyone else notice that Other club YouTube shows never talk about City. Football Terrace, DR Sports, Talksport, Why? We are moving in silence. Sharks and 3 shark emojis. I'm fine for everyone in world football to not talk about Manchester City. If they want to talk about this season being Arsenal, Liverpool, or whatever it is, mate, that is absolutely fine for me. I'll happily just let us silently work our way to the top of that table. But best believe, True Dogs, enjoy this period now when no one's talking about us, bar the 115 charges thing. Enjoy this period now because as soon as we get top of the Premier League, mate, we're ruining football again. Guaranteed.
No, everyone's bored of us, mate. Everyone's bored of it. Look, True Dogs. I don't know if you watch the Big Six, but that's one of the biggest rival shows on YouTube, and I represent Manchester City on that. When we get to the Manchester City segment, it generally lasts no longer than 10 minutes. Shout out to my Big Six brothers and all the Big Six fans. It generally lasts no longer than 10, 15 minutes because no one really wants to talk about Man City. And the whole chat, usually 6, 7, 8,000 people, 115, 115, 115, 115. Doesn't matter what I'm talking about. I could be saying Erling Haaland is gone missing. He's AWOL. I could be saying Kevin De Bruyne's head's fallen off. I could be saying Pep Guardiola is dead. They'd still just be going 115, 115, 115 because they're so damn sick of us. We have ruined all of their last 6, 7, 8 years. Since Pep Guardiola's arrived, we have ruined everybody. We've destroyed domestic football, so no one wants to talk about it. What can you say about us other than, oh, when the Chargers come in, their trophies won't count anymore? Wow. You can't take away what these eyes have seen, brother.
Facts. Big up, man. That is very, very true. Martin, the Mancunian way. Yes, brother, with a £5 super chat. He says, evening, lads. Hope all is well. Yes, a great weekend. Yeah, very good weekend for us, obviously. And the draw is coming up at 10-2. We will do a stream for that separate to this. We'll go live for the FA Cup draw, see who we get.
Who would you like? I know who I want.
I want Bolton.
I want Bolton.
Is that what you were saying? Yeah.
Away.
Bolton away, bro. Bolton away. We're going to go to it. There's no watch on for Bolton away. Me and Hugh are going to go to it.
if we draw Bolton away, you have to go. You have to.
Bro, we're going, bro. We're going. Bolton away would be funny, man. That'd be funny.
Gaff people, by the way, for anybody wondering why he wants Bolton.
Yeah, Bolton away, man. We need it. Inject it. And Martin as well with a £2.50. Big up, Martin, mate. Appreciate the super chats, bro. He says, we never went away. #calm. And to be fair, I mean, in all the panel shows that we've done this season, bro, Martin has always remained very chill. He's like, don't worry about it, lads. He's like, we're going to win this league.
Martin's the most calm City fan. Him and Big Steve, both of them are the most calm City fans I know. It's no surprise they're the oldest because they know more than all of us. They've seen more than all of us. Like sometimes I lose my head a little bit. You guys have been here for my angry rants. I lose my head. I'm only human, but Steve or Martin will always text me being like, "Bro, don't worry, man, don't worry," and I'll go, "Okay, that's what I need."
That's what I needed. Mohammed, yes, Mohammed 2 says, I think Oscar Bobb deserves a couple starts in the Prem. Again, another performance which I think was good yesterday. Oscar Bobb looked good, man. His control is very, very good. Less of the old, says Martin in the chat.
Old and wise, Martin. Old and wise.
Yeah, you're a relic, Martin.
An oracle.
Big up Mohammed too. Appreciate the super chat, bro. Oscar Bobb's been sick. I think again, I do think he'll get a couple of starts in the Prem. I think Oscar Bobb. I said this yesterday. Oscar Bobb's game time is only going to go upwards.
Yeah, I mean, look, if Oscar Bobb was getting more game time, I believe he'd smash it regardless because I think he's a really, really good player and he's got a massive future ahead of him. But if he was playing more, we'd be saying, I don't care about selling Cole Palmer because Oscar Bobb's doing just as good a job. He's just not getting the game time. I guarantee, chat, when we see more of Oscar Bobb, it'll make sense as to why we sell Cole Palmer because Oscar Bobb, for me, actually has more to offer than Cole Palmer long term. I know Cole Palmer's doing his thing at Chelsea, and listen, I wish him nothing but the best. He's one of our academy graduates, etc., etc. I think in terms of ceiling, Oscar Bobb has a higher one than Cole Palmer. With all due respect, Mr. Palmer.
Yeah, obviously Palm looks good, man, and he can do what he wants. But we've got to focus on, like I say, our players and the players that we think are going to make it. And Oscar Bobb looks like he's going to make it. He fits into City side so well, man, so
The
well.
Campbell of City.
Yo, Martin's just like catching strays in the chat.
Not even that old.
No, I know. Andrew's like, whoa, enough of being ageist. Mad.
Big up Martin, man. He's a City legend, man. Martin's a legend of the channel as well. So do go and check out Mancunian Way, people. If you haven't done so already, go over to Martin's channel,
Fact.
The Mancunian Way, and show support over there. He features here once a week, usually on the panel show, but show support to his actual channel. I don't know what they're on the road to now, but he deserves to have more than he does.
True that. Right, before we wrap up, we had the first look, bro, of the Belgian duo of Kevin De Bruyne and Jeremy Doku. I mean, I'm not sure how long it was until they actually got that assist. Kev got the assist and Doku got the goal. But I think we're going to see a lot more of Kevin De Bruyne assisting Jeremy Doku. A lot more.
It's you remember how impactful Kevin De Bruyne was with like Leroy Sané? Do you remember the passes Kevin De Bruyne would
those balls in behind, and the defender can't get there because it's just that little bit too much for the defender, but it whips round straight to where it needs to be for Sané. Or in our case,
the pass is so accurate, and the player running onto it is so fast. There's nothing as a defender you can do. There's nothing you can do to stop it. If Kevin De Bruyne's passing game and his crossing game is on point, you're not going to stop his services to Jeremy Doku. Now, what we need to see for this to fully be, devastating consistently, Doku needs to improve slightly on his first touch. He needs to improve on the way he takes the ball in and controls it, because sometimes
I agree.
His first touch gets away from a little bit. Sometimes he could tee himself up nicely with a first touch to keep going and not break his stride, whereas sometimes his first touch is a bit heavy. So listen, he's young.
I'd wonder if his first touch in where was he at? Saint Etienne, was that?
Rennes.
Was it before? Rennes, that's what it was. I wonder if his first touch then, like he could allow that little bit of a first touch, like not to be as good, and he can make up with his pace. Whereas in the Prem and at City, you need it to be tight, man. You need it to be, your first touch has to be on point, because, mate, your first touch is dead, mate. People are going to get onto you straight away. We've seen that with Alvarez had to improve his first touch over the last season. And I think if he can work on that and his balls in the final third, I think we're on to something there. Like you said, though, he is very young, innit? 21 years old.
Yeah, I mean, look, I think you hit the nail on the head. In France, with all due respect to the French league, you could probably get away with a slightly rogue first touch on the basis that your pace will make up for it. But in the Premier League, you have most of the best full-backs in the world, and the right backs they'll be up against will be touch tight. Any mistake you make, any flaw you have, they'll capitalize on it. So look, if Doku can work on that technical side of his game, which, look, he's so young and he's in the best place to do so, I've no doubt he will improve over time. I mean, we've even seen Alvarez improve leaps and bounds on his technical side of his game. Then yeah, look, De Bruyne will put it on a plate for him. It's now up for Doku to use that effectively. That the final ball as well you're on about, when he crosses in, is sometimes really poor, like really bad. But that's something that, he's still getting used to the tempo and the pace of the Premier League. His deliveries may have been better in France because it was a slightly slower league and you have more time to do these things. But now everything in the Premier League is boom, 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 rapid. No time to wait, no time to make decisions. So, yeah, Jeremy Doku. Sorry, I was reading MJG window cleaning message there. Jeremy Doku, he'll be good. He'll be fine.
Yeah, no, I'm with you on that, man. I'm with you. And there's a lot of time for him to learn. He's only young. It's actually crazy to think how young he is. The fact that he's 21 years old. And if you look at City's track record with wingers, it usually takes a winger a season to get into it.
Yeah.
If this is Doku's season getting into it, what's going to happen next year?
Yeah.
It's crazy to think, man. When it all clicks for him, it's crazy, man. I'm really excited. He's got a really good career at City ahead of him. Lou back, yes, Lou back, mate. Big up. He says he's a member for 14 months, which is a long time as well. Big up, Lou back. He says yes. I'm newer to City, but a long-suffering fan of other teams. Never forget how good we've had it. My other team went 108 years with no title.
Who's your other team, Lou? Who's
Yeah,
that?
Lou, put in the chat in it. Who's your other team?
My other team hasn't won
108 years is
15 years for Bose as well. So I see both sides. City are always successful. My local club, we win sweet fuck all. So yeah.
Oh, there you go. Lubac says Chicago Cubs
Okay,
is
right.
his other team.
Hold tight, Chi-Town.
Yes, Lubac. Appreciate the member chat, bro. 40 months is a long time as well. But not as long as 108 years, because that's a long ass time to go through. But at least you've got City on the other side, man. At least you've got City on the other side.
Your whole lifetime, your club doesn't win a title. I know that's normal. Like, I'm just saying it's crazy when you put it that. Like, I know most people go their whole lives without seeing their clubs ever win a title. We're just pretty blessed that our club does win a lot of titles. But
bro. I mean, look at Spurs, man. Like
Spurs, yeah. Your whole life, no title.
108 years is wild.
Yeah,
wild, bro. Some people don't. Like, a lot of people don't make 108, innit? Like, bro, I make 108, no chance.
Well, I am because I've got the Infinity Stone. But if,
bro, I'm gonna need that cryogenic shit, me. I'm gonna have to be frozen.
But like, it just makes you deep it, like how blessed we are and how lucky we are to see the success we do. I saw was it your watch along or one of your streams you did recently on your own, where you were talking about the fact that you were at the 9320, and then you were saying how you love it that younger fans like me who are younger than you got to have our version of it for Gundogan's goal.
Yeah, it's mint.
Like, these things they're not normal. 93-20, it's not normal. It's the most iconic moment, in my opinion, in Premier League history, possibly English football history. The Gundogan moment for City is probably the second most iconic moment. You could probably throw Rodri's goal in there now as well for the Champions League final, but these things ain't normal, and we're absolutely blessed to have been there. Me and you, we've been at them, but even fans who don't get to go to games, just to be a City fan and watch your club do these things, you need to read things like what Lou was saying, 108 years without a title, and then go, rah, look what I've experienced. Bro, I stood on the pitch in the Etihad 2 years in a row before Fernandinho and Gundogan were about to lift Premier League trophies. That's not normal, allegedly, but it's not normal. You know what I mean?
It's wild that we've had this experience of having it twice, and like the 93-20 moment twice is something that shouldn't have happened to us. It shouldn't have happened to us once. Never mind twice. And
you'll tell your grandkids, bro, about 93-20.
Yeah.
Like, let's say when you hopefully one day get to have grandkids, and you bring JP Junior up to the Etihad, and he goes, "Yo, who's the statue of that Argentinian guy?" You go, "That's Sergio Aguero's son." You're gonna need to take a seat for this one because this is a long ass story, and so on and so forth. You know what I mean? And hopefully I'll do the same thing, and some of you guys in the chat will get to do the same thing. Like, these are special footballing, sporting moments that we've been blessed to experience.
Yeah, drink it in. John Grogan, yes, John Grogan with a £5 super chat. Big up, mates. He says, "Shark time, beware." Are we allowed to say Shark Team now? Still, is that a thing? I feel like it was branded by a weird time, innit? But yeah. I mean, people still call us the Sharks, and it's all
not Shark Team, Shark Time. We'll go with
Shark Time. Yeah, we'll go with Shark Time. Mm-hmm. Is it that's on your watch? If you look at it, instead of a 12, it's a shark. Shark Time beware. Yes, John Grogan, mate. And appreciate the super chat, and hopefully we can hunt down Liverpool very soon and get to the top of the Premier League. I think you predicted in the next month or so. You say by the end of Feb, we're top of Premier League.
Yeah, I say end of Feb because Liverpool and Arsenal play each other again in the league in early February, and it is in the Emirates. I would love a draw there. If Liverpool and Arsenal draw in the Emirates, take 2 points off each other. Shark time, John. Shark time. It's time to wake up and open those jaws. You know, your boy's feeling hungry.
Oh, what time is it? Oh, it's Shark time. Oh, look at the time.
Time to go win another league.
Yes, professional idiot, mate. with a $10 super chat. Big up Pie, mate. He says, personally, I think we should be giving our new players and academy players more chances in the FA and Carabao Cup. Foden probably would have progressed faster in midfield had he got the chance. I see what you're saying. More game time in the midfield would have done better for Phil Foden. I just don't think Pep trusted him until now to really run him in the midfield. Foden used to lose the ball quite a bit. So I don't think Pep could rely on him because obviously, Pep's obsessed with retaining possession. And I
last year he was it Chelsea in the cup game. He played midfield, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was sporadically, wasn't it? Like it was never like a full term thing. Like now it feels like it's a positional change and something that we're going to see a lot more of. Whereas I think the past few seasons it's always been, Phil Foden midfield. We all get gassed about it because it's something we all want to see but we don't see enough.
I think yesterday loads of young players got a chance. Oscar Bobb first start in the Etihad yesterday was his first ever start. Rico Lewis played. That young 18-year-old Jacob Wright came on for his debut, which is fantastic for him.
Mika Hamilton, he got on as well.
Yeah, exactly. Who? What's Hamilton?
Hamilton, yeah, he got on. Yeah.
So look, there was a load of academy grads. Phil Foden, Jacob Wright, Mika Hamilton, Rico Lewis, Oscar Bobb. That's 5 academy graduates all playing yesterday in the Etihad. Like that's so sick.
How mad's that?
I do take on board what you're saying though, professionally, but it always does depend massively on the fixture, on who the opposition is. Like if we go and draw Liverpool away in the next round, most of them won't feature. Maybe just Phil Foden. But if we draw Bolton at home, they could all feature.
They could all feature. Like, we'll just send the EDS. You know what I mean? We'll give the first. Yeah, me and Hugh are gonna go play. Never mind watch it. We're gonna go play for City.
It's a joke for all the Bolton.
Oh yeah, before you walks into Bolton and gets stabbed. Calvin, yeah. I appreciate it, Pie, mate. And like you said, there it is fixture based on do you know what I mean? Like the academy playing depends on who we're playing. Last season, we got very unlucky with the fact that it was in both. We got knocked out of the Carabao quite with Southampton, but pre-Southampton, who did we have? I can't remember. Arsenal or something like that. Then in the FA Cup, we had Chelsea. We was basically playing. Who was it?
We had Chelsea in both cups. We had Liverpool in the Carabao. We had
Arsenal as well in the FA Cup, was it?
Well, we won the FA Cup, so we were never knocked out. We had Burnley, United, Arsenal, and so on and so forth. Chelsea, and then we had Chelsea in the Carabao, and I think we got knocked out by Southampton after Chelsea. Someone in the chat will remember, but we played some serious, like big clubs, a lot of top 6 clubs in both our cup runs last year. So it's dependent, as Jordan says, dependent on who you play.
Bit of John Grogan again with a £2 super chat said Shark baby. Hey, look at the time. It's Shark time.
Shark time.
Bit of John Grogan, mate. Shark baby. Appreciate super chat again, bro. And yeah, that's pretty much everything. Like, I think
is there any point in us ending the stream if we're just going to be live again in 20 minutes?
And people like to have it separate, innit? I imagine Freddie's OCD might be like separate stream for a separate thing.
Yeah,
I mean,
right, we 20 minutes then, people.
Yeah, I mean, it's up to you. I mean, I'm happy to stay live.
Chat,
I'm happy to just chat. What do you want? Do you want us to just stay live until the FA Cup draw, or would you like a separate FA Cup draw stream?
We need stuff to talk. If we're gonna stay live for the whole, we need stuff to talk.
We need something to do for 20 minutes. You're gonna have to just like watch me and Hugh just stay here, just exist,
just play on our phone.
Bro, I'm gonna start playing some games, innit? Like,
what time does this draw start?
Apparently it starts at 10 to. The United match is 1:15.
We're gonna have to end the stream because we need to go on Discord so you can send me or stream me the thing.
Yeah, I mean, I can. It takes 2 seconds to do that, isn't it? Like, so, but I do think we should just end the stream and go like cahoots, change title, stay live.
This ain't no free period in school, lads. We're not doing Kahoot or fucking GeoGuessr.
Kahoot is no free period doing Kahoots. Yeah, but we'll be back live in 20 minutes. You know what I mean? You don't have to miss us for that long.
I'm gonna go
Right?
really quickly anyway.
Yeah. Right, big up everyone. Appreciate everyone who super chatted. If you are watching this back on a replay, then let us know in the comment section below all the talking points that we speak about today. Big up to everyone who's liked the stream. If you haven't liked the stream, then no big up to you. No. But you can get a big up just by liking, so I appreciate you. All the super chatters, mate, you're all goated. All the member chats, big up to all the recurring members. You're all actual Donnies. And we will see you in 20 minutes. That's about it. 20 minutes. So big up to the FA Cup draw. To do it.